move forward.
One point that I want to make when you're doing bent over rows, you know, I hear of a lot of guys doing 315, 365, even 405 on bent over rows. My God, I don't know how they do it. You'll see when I do them, I never really exceed 275. On a really good day, I'm feeling spunky, I'll go to 295. I use smaller increments as I'm going up. My first set usually consists of 185. I'll move up to 2 1/4, 275, and as I stated earlier, if I'm feeling really good that day and strong, I'll move up to 295. One thing that I always want to emphasize, as I always do on back, especially back, because you don't need an injury. You injure your lower back, your career is over. It's quality, not quantity. Quality, not quantity. Quality, not quantity. Okay. It's going to be our first good set right here.
Good forward.
Okay. We just finished wide grip rows. Very strenuous movement. Takes a lot out of you. The next movement I've chose for the day, we're going to one-arm dumbbell rows. I think it's fantastic for thickening of the lats and lengthening of the lats. Now, as I've told you before, I use what is called an instinctive training principle. I know what body part I'm going to work for that day, but I don't know what I'm going to do exactly for that body part. And today I've chosen one-arm dumbbell rows for my third exercise. It's a fantastic mass builder. Helps enhance the thickness of the lat and also lengthens the lat. The main things do full contraction is I've always emphasized on everything else, all the way down, all the way up. Never cheat yourself. Remember, it's quality, not quantity. I take the stress off my lower back by keeping one knee on the bench. Lower for a full stretch, then pull the dumbbell to the lower pec, keeping your elbow tucked in. If you let your elbow wander out, you'll involve the biceps too much. I'll do 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps on these. Now we finished with one-arm dumbbell rows. I'm pretty exhausted, but I've got one more exercise I'm going to show you. And what we're going to finish off with is some seated rows. You want to get some stretch on these, but not excessive. Smoothly pull the bar into your abdomen while arching your back for a complete contraction. Now what I'm going to finish off with for my back training is some hyperextensions to help develop my lower back. A lot of people like deadlifts, but I don't do them. I'm a bodybuilder, not a powerlifter, and I think deadlifts are dangerous. I also think they flatten out the traps, so I stick with hyperextensions. I don't use any weight on hyperextensions. I focus on my lower back, going slightly beyond parallel. Arch too high and you can damage your disc. 3 sets of 15 to 25 reps should do it. Next, we're going to biceps. Now, the reason I'm doing biceps with back, I've always incorporated it like that for a simple fact. I think it avoids injury because the bicep's fully warm. True, you might not be as strong, but it doesn't matter. Remember, it's quality, not quantity. Now, secondly, most importantly, you indirectly worked your biceps, anywhere from 80 to 90%. You forced a lot of blood into the muscle. Why not go ahead and take care of business and finish it off? Now, what we're going to do today is that, as usual, I'm using instinctive principle. I've decided to do dumbbell curls, and I'm going to finish off with some preacher curls. Very seldom do I ever do straight bar curls. It puts a little too much stress on my elbows and my wrist. So I'm going to do a light warm-up, and then we're going to move on to the real thing. Now we're going to the real thing. Now you notice, every set, I was adding a great deal of supination in there. The point that I always try to make is very simplified. Make sure that your pinky goes into your front deltoid. Always full contraction. You want to build full, complete, lengthened bicep. Come on, Pat. I'll do 3 or 4 sets of 6 to 20 reps and then move to easy bar preacher curls. The easy bar takes the strain off the wrist and elbows. Sometimes I'll do the easy curls first and then the alternate curls. As I said before, I'm always doing different things to stress the muscle in new ways. The reason I do easy bar preacher curls is to get a full contraction of the biceps. This helps give your bicep that thick, bald look. I usually finish my bicep workout off with some concentration curls. You'll notice that I'll use the preacher bench to do my concentration curls. This enables me to get a better contraction on my biceps. I'll usually do 2 to 3 sets, anywhere from 12 to 20 reps. Always fully contracting the bicep. Now we've just completed our bicep workout. I finished off with isolated concentration curls on the preacher bench. Now I've got to be honest with you about something. I never do forearms. It's something I've been genetically gifted with. Something I want to point out that one of the factors that bother me never doing forearm work. When you do back training, you use a lot of your hand grip. Therefore, there's where my forearm work comes in. Now that we've completed back and biceps, you know, some days I come in here and I have a fantastic workout. Other days I don't. I've got to share something with you. I see so many people get upset when they come into the gym. They get depressed because they might not be able to get a specific lift or lift a certain amount of poundage. But that's not what it's about. If you look at things in perspective and keep them in perspective, just how lucky are we to be here? How many people would love to be able to walk in the door and be able to use the weight just with their hands or maybe even the legs that maybe they don't have access to or the ability to use. Train 2 days in a row. You know I do a 2-in-1. Tomorrow's my off day. The following day I'm coming back and we're going to do legs. I'll see you then. If I had to say one key element that keeps me going, it would have to be that one young kid that walks up to me and asks me for my autograph, or the letter that I might get that would say the fact that you have changed my life. You do not know the effect that you've had on me or my family. Well, hello. It's me again. I'm glad you're hanging in there with me. You know, I've had a day's rest. As I told you before, I do the 2 on, 1 day off. It works real well with me, and also works real well with my job. And one thing I want you to always remember, try to adjust equipment that best fits your body before you even start. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do legs. And when I do legs, I start off with extensions. One of the things that I do not want to acquire is an injury, so I need to warm up as thoroughly as possible. And what this does is it warms my knees and my quads up. I'll usually do 4 to 5 sets, 15 to 25 reps. And one thing that I always want to emphasize on, and I stress this so much, is always be in control of the movement. Remember, it's not the quantity of the weight, but the quality of the movement that you're doing. Your primary objective is to work the muscle, not move the weight. Even the warm-ups can be disastrous. I remember when I first started working legs, there was a point in time where I was even embarrassed to wear shorts. I remember swimming in a swimming pool with long sweats on. I remember them days well. Now I'm very proud of my legs. It's taken a lot of hard work. There was a point in time, as small as my hands are, I could put them around my legs and move them around, but now I can't even come close. And the reason that is because I've worked so hard and dedicated myself, emphasizing on the exercising and the nutritional aspect of it. A lot of people say you can't build legs without squatting. And while I respect their views, I can't say I agree. I haven't squatted in about 10 years because I want to keep my waist and butt as small as possible. Yet my legs keep improving. Notice how I do the extensions using good control, holding and contracting at the top. I do 4 work sets of 15 to 25 reps, and I never exceed 130 pounds. That may sound light, but most people get tendonitis from these because they use too much weight. Do them right, and they're number one